Okay, in this video I want to show a little bit of basic wiring for wiring your bonsai. There's a lot of people who don't understand what the wiring is actually for. They sometimes think it's decorations or just some way to stunt the growth of the bonsai. But really what it is it's really taking control of each of the branches and putting them where you want them to be to develop the tree. And then as the tree starts to heal and thicken up, it will hold in that position so you can remove the wire and the branch will remain where you placed it. Another way or analogy to look at it is if the bonsai pot is the frame, the bonsai wire is your brush. So hope that kind of helps out a little bit. Now instead of using actual bonsai wire and an actual tree, I'm going to use this little demonstration tool that I made. And again, if your bonsai tree looks like this, you may want to consider another hobby, because this is definitely about as dead a bonsai tree as you can get. And to make things a little bit more visually interesting, I'm going to use coated wire. This is not for doing bonsai in any way, but it is a good way to show some contrast so that you can actually see it when I put it on the tree or on this demonstration tool, so that you can see it and see what I'm trying to do. I've got two colors. I'm going to treat the green as a thicker wire, and then I've got a black which I will treat as a thinner wire. For the most part, when you do wire, you need to secure or anchor the wire so that once you establish a place where it holds to either the pot or to the tree, you can then put it under the branches where it will then have some actual holding power. If these aren't anchored, it'll just wobble and it really won't hold the branch where you want it to. And again, in another video I showed how to choose the thickness of the proper wire, so we're going to skip that step and we're just going to get right to it. I'm going to treat this as if you're looking at the front of the tree, the first branch, second branch. And if you do wiring correctly, it's almost an art form in itself. There's times when you can actually show bonsai trees and have wire on and not be an issue, as long as it's done very well and very neat. This is very important for the tree, and I'm going to try and go through this right now. So there's two ways to address. If you have a first branch and don't really have anything to anchor to, you can go into the soil line and just kind of wrap around the trunk a number of times. Probably 2 or 3 would probably be best, and then work yourself into that branch. And when I do my initial wire down a branch, I usually take it all the way down, and then I will choose one of the thinner branches at the end and take that straight to the end of that branch. As long as you have that direct line, that's all you're going to need for the first branch, and then from there you can bend the branch where you need it to be. Additionally, if you have a second branch somewhere in the general same area, you don't want to wire across the front of the tree. You're going to try and keep this in the back, so we're going to take this around the back. And keep in mind, you go over the branch to bring it down. So the first branch is going to go over, and you're going to take it out at least three loops around the tree to anchor it for the other side. And then this one's going to come around the other side. And whenever you come to leaves or branches, of course you want to make sure that you wire around those. You don't want to wire down a leaf. You don't want to wire a smaller branch. You want to kind of keep an opening in there. So once you've got these two, again, you're gonna manipulate the branches where you want them to be, and then you're gonna come in with a secondary wire. Now you do not want to cross wires in any way, so you got to keep you got to have a good eye of where these things are going to go. You're just going to wire in between the coils of one, and in this case, the first one's going to go through this side, and again right along the neck, or right along side of this wire to the second branch. And there you go. That's one way to do it. You can also work your way down the tree. If you need to get down to a further branch, just go right along the coil. You want to keep these close when you use multiple wires. Keep them right next to each other. And you're just going to work your way right on in. And that's pretty much the wiring basics. That's how you do your whole tree. You can work your way all the way down. Start wiring from the bottom of the tree and work your way up to the top branches. That way you can develop the look of the tree, and then by the time you get to the top, you just have a little bit to work with. So again, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, always drop me a line at Orlando Bonsai, and good luck.